Welcome to Natty's Crafts. I'm Natalie. I'll be doing all the crafting. And today we're going to play a part in Heidi Sonboul Summer DIY Challenge. And so here I'm going to try to make I believe I have 2 items that are going to make it onto the video here. We'll see what happens, but that's the plan. Just items you can hang up right now because it's about to be summer and just bring some life to the house here in the summertime. Now, if you would, go ahead and check out Heidi Sonboul's channel. You want to check out the full playlist of all the other creators down below. And then also like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell when you subscribe. No matter who you're subscribing to, hit the bell. Otherwise, you'll never know when they have a video coming out. So do all the regular YouTube stuff for me if you would. And let's go take a look. So here's what we're going to make. This adorable little truck with the strawberries. For summer, of course. And here's what you're going to need for this project. And we're going to start with the truck. Now this one I got from Hobby Lobby. It was actually for Easter. And it says paint me or something like that. So it is meant to be painted on the front. But I'm going to use the back because I didn't like the ripples in the front of the truck in order to paint those. So I'm using the back because it is a flat wood surface on the back. There's the label from the Hobby Lobby. And so we're going to take off all the labels, all the stickers. We don't need all of that, obviously. And then we're also going to take off that hanger because we're going to switch it on to the other side, which is actually the front. The original front is now the back. I don't know. I'm just talking. I don't know. Okay, so once we've got that off, then we're going to go ahead and fill in. They're just staples that it was connected to, but it did make some little holes, so we are going to try to fill those in. And then we're going to paint. Now, I have very neutral colors, so I'm painting my truck gray. And then I'm using a metallic paint so that it's also shiny, so it looks like an actual truck. So I thought that was cute and clever, and I think it's adorable. And then I'm also going to paint the rims, or the hubcaps, I guess they are. But this is with a different metallic paint, which I was hoping was a little bit more shiny than the paint that I used for the actual truck. And so this is the paint I used for the rims. So once we've got that all done, the truck is all painted, the rims are all painted. I'm going to fill in the window because I want the window to look like a window. So I'm going to use just some blue paint, and I just mix some water in it. And so I'm just going to go ahead and paint it, and then we'll end up doing like a stain, basically, where I'm going to wipe it off with a wet wipe. Just leave a hint of the blue left. That's all I want, is just that hint. Alright, then once I've got that all settled, then we're going to go ahead and paint the tires. And the tires, we're just doing a black circle, basically. Now, it would have been smart of me to use some sort of, I don't know, some sort of fixture to make the tires look round. But I didn't do that. So this is all just handmade, just straight from my hand. And then don't forget the bottom, because this was a thick sign, so the bottom, or the edges, needed to be painted as well. Now this spot at the top here, what the truck is holding, again, those were Easter eggs. But I'm going to paint it all green, because mine's going to be a strawberry patch. And so I figure if you can see through the strawberries at all, I'd rather have you see green than white. So I'm going to do green, and then I'm going to kind of dab it around a bit to make it look like maybe it's got some life in there, even though you end up not being able to see it. Now these little strawberries that I'm going to use, I just got these off of Google. I just Googled strawberry clip art, and this is what I came up with. I really like these. I thought they were perfect. And I'm going to use my own greenery, so I'm just basically cutting off the top where that green on the picture was. Now, I always forget to do the hanger. You got to do the hanger, in my opinion. You got to do the hanger before you start decorating the front. So I went back, I putting on the hanger, basically just hot gluing it back exactly where it was before. But now it's going on what used to be the front. I don't know why I keep saying that. Anyway, so once I've glued it, then I'm going to go ahead and put the masking tape on to cover that glue. And then I'm going to try to arrange my strawberries so that they cover up as much of the green as possible. Now, of course, this isn't real life, so the strawberries are ginormous, but I thought they were cute, so we're going to keep them just like that, nice and big. If you want it to be a little bit more realistic about it, you could, of course, just make your strawberries a little smaller and just put more of them. And so what I ended up doing is I used 3 different sizes. I used those super big ones, kind of a medium size, and then a really small ones down at the very bottom. And those that were on the edge, I just folded them over and then glued them so that they looked like they were in the truck. And that little edge there, you could have just continued with the folding and putting more strawberries, but I decided to put a little moss just to make it look a little more lifelike and give it some more texture and dimension, as you crafters say. And now we're going to make the strawberry leaves. And I just took some greenery from, I don't know, some of the flowers I've cut over the last month or so. And we're just going to make those into small leaves. So the little petals for the strawberries. And we're going to make them all similar sizes. You know, you don't want them to look too crazy, but we want them to be similar sizes. And I'm just going to hot glue those right on. And so what I'm trying to do is just cover up the green that was on the paper with the green that's on the actual leaf so that it looks more dimensional and looks awesome. And then we're going to put a little sign. I just hand wrote strawberries 25 cents with pencil, and then I'm just going to fill that in or color that over with a Sharpie. And this was a thin Sharpie because this is a small little sign. So once I did that, now I also did distress the little sign, so there you can kind of see I distressed it with some gray, a little tiny bit of brown I think I did, just to make it look like it's just not a flat piece of craft stick, but it's just a large craft stick that I distressed and wrote strawberries 25 cents. And then I'm just hot gluing right in the middle because I may want to change it out at some point in my life, so hot glue will come apart easily. And that's it. I think it's actually quite adorable. And this is something that actually will hang in my house during the summer. Sometimes, I don't know if it's going to hang up. This time it is because I absolutely love it. I think it's just so cute. Now again, remember to visit Heidi Sonboul DIY. She is hosting the challenge this month. Well, she always hosts it. This is the Summer DIY Challenge, and check out the playlist below as well. Now here's what's next. We're going to be doing the 4th of July wreath. And here's what you'll need. And I think these were almost all Dollar Tree. Well, except for the fabric. So this fabric I got on clearance at Walmart. I believe it was like 60 cents or something like that. Weird. And I got a couple different packages. I was just picking out the red, white, and blue. And here I'm trying to decide which one I want to use. So then I thought, well, maybe if I use the stripes, it'll look more like a flag. And then I was trying to figure out how I was going to put it on the wreath. So I was really just making decisions at this point. I wasn't sure what I was going to be doing here. So you could, in theory, wrap it around like this and just cut out the middle and just wrap it around and then do the same at the top. But I decided against that because, you know, I like to make stuff a little bit more difficult. So what I did instead is I used the other fabric, first of all, and then I went and I made strips. And then the strips are what I'm actually going to glue to the wreath form. And the wreath form, I believe they have those at Dollar Tree now, the large ones. I think it was an 18-inch. It was pretty big. And so here I am. I've cut all my strips, and then I'm just going to hot glue it. Now I did, to start off with, I'm going to hot glue it to both the wreath form and itself. I do want to make sure it stays so that it doesn't become loose. And of course, if you had fabric glue, you could perhaps use that, or, you know, be creative. Do what is best for you. And so then we're just going to wrap it around nice and tight. And if you do this, you do want to pick a fabric that is okay with overlapping. Like this fabric, it's actually sunglasses with little stars and stripes on them. You can't really see from how far away we are, but that's what the pattern is. So you just want to make sure whatever pattern you choose, if you're using a pattern, that it will be okay that you overlap and roll it over like this. So here it is all done, and we're just going to glue on that last piece. And this was a fairly easy project. It really, I mean, if you can hot glue, you're in good shape. So once I've got the fabric all on, then we're going to do the florals, or flowers. So I'm going to use this greenery from some stems. I don't know where I got this from, but I'm going to use that greenery for the back. And then I'm going to use, I believe these were roses. My flowers were all from Dollar Tree on this project. So these are all items that were available, well, I guess now a couple weeks ago, because now it's already past Memorial Day, but this is going to be my 4th of July project, or wreath. So I'm just hot gluing my flowers down. Just be careful on where you hot glue them. I didn't take anything off. I didn't snip off the ends or anything like that. I'm just going to aim them so that they can glue down securely on their sides. And I'm just mixing the colors. I was going to try to do like red, white, blue, but then I thought that's going to be too uniform, so I'm not going to do that. So then I started to just kind of mix them all up and mix them all together. And so I just put all the flowers on that I wanted and that would fit. And then I don't show it, but I did then fill in the holes and the background with some of that greenery that I have in the middle there. And then we're going to go ahead and cut out this flag from this window cling. And this also was from Dollar Tree. And you don't want to take the window cling off of the backing. You want to keep that so that it's heavier duty. And we're going to tie it to the wreath. Now it's best if you do tie all 4 corners so it doesn't curl or anything like that over time. And we're just going to use a hole puncher to punch a hole in each corner. And then we're just going to stick the string through and tie it on. Fairly easy here. And you do want to make sure that as you're putting this together that you've got everything centered properly, or how you want it anyway. Maybe you don't want it centered, maybe you want it off a little. Just make sure you have that done here. Because then we're going to go ahead and put the hanger on the back. Now I just tied another little piece of that string from, was that Dollar Tree? That may have been Hobby Lobby, I don't remember. But I'm going to tie a knot, and it was kind of loose, so I am going to hot glue it. And then press it together so that it actually stays and doesn't fray and come apart. And so after I've hot glued it, then we're going to go ahead and just trim off that extra whatever is hanging over. I don't know how to say that, but you know, cut that off. Cut that extra off. And then we're going to hot glue the hanger to the wreath, to the fabric there. And that's it. Just that easy. Again, this was a fairly easy project, and it does look good. I do like it. It will hang up for me 4th of July, or that week of or week before 4th of July. Well, I thank you so much for stopping by today and watching my crafts. I do appreciate Heidi Sonboul having this challenge that she does every few months. Again, make sure to visit her channel down below, as well as all of the other crafters or creators on the playlist down below. Now, if you would, please go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. And when you subscribe, make sure to hit the bell so that you know when I have a new video coming out. Now I am needing to take a break because I am moving, and we are moving miles and miles and miles away, so it's going to be a big move. It's going to take us a while. So I am going to take most of June off, so I probably won't have another video until the very end of June, but probably July. So I do hope to see you then. Thanks so much for stopping by.